It is important to look at numerous factors in order to understand Thailand property investment in 2022. On one side, there are opportunities available as prices have yet to recover to pre-COVID-19 levels. On the other hand, the real estate market as a whole is dealing with significant uncertainty. The Bank of Thailand has predicted economic growth of 3.4% this year, but another COVID-19 outbreak could see that eventually be revised. That notably hinges on just when and how the country can reopen tourism. However, the situation isn't all bad. Far from it, in fact. Specific developers and projects reported record sales last year, and activity will continue. With that in mind, here are a few things to know if you are thinking about Thailand property investment in 2022. The first thing to know is that uncertainty remains about Bangkok condo launches this year. Colliers International Thailand surprised many when they predicted that new condo supply launched in Greater Bangkok would grow by 28.5% this year. According to the consultancy, new launches will be driven by affordable projects in suburban locations. This would be the first increase in launches in 3 years. However, sources in the Thai construction industry told Dot Property Group that they are not expecting a large increase in demand, due in part to a lack of new condo launches. It remains to be seen just how this will play out over the course of 2022, but the situation does bear watching. This is the year of the mega project. Work continues on countless mega projects across Bangkok, with these driving Thailand property investment in 2022. Sales at the Forestias, MQDC's flagship development, soared last year with the opening of the project's showroom. Demand for residences in the award-winning mixed-use estate is likely to carry over into this year. Now, if you have driven by One Bangkok recently, you will notice buildings are rapidly taking shape here. While residential sales have yet to begin, they could launch sometime in 2022. Units have hit the market over at Dusit Central Park, with CPN working on the redevelopment of the historic Dusit Thani Hotel site. Finally, progress is slowly being made on Bangkok Mall, which will be the largest shopping center in Southeast Asia once opened. The project is expected to have a residential component, with serviced residences the most likely option. For years, off-plan projects dominated real estate sales in the kingdom. That looks to be changing, and Thailand property investment in 2022 will be led by completed projects. This is especially evident in tourist destinations such as Phuket. According to CBRE, buyers in these areas are after ready-to-move-in properties that they can view immediately. One reason for this change in preference is that it allows them to use the property as a safe haven should the pandemic worsen once again. The government has already rejected one round of real estate reforms, and you probably shouldn't expect any to happen this year. Now, both the Board of Trade of Thailand and the Real Estate Information Center have urged the Thai government to improve foreign condominium ownership rules. Despite these calls, it remains to be seen if action is taken. Simplifying money transfer requirements is arguably the most pressing item on the agenda. Currently, a foreign national is required to transfer money to Thailand from overseas in their own currency. Once that is completed, the buyer must then declare or show a foreign exchange transaction certificate to the lands department. This is required even if the buyer owns a business in the kingdom or is married to a Thai spouse. As you can tell, this process is extremely convoluted and an unnecessary detriment to overseas property investors. Unfortunately, the government has a number of other items on its to-do list this year. That includes the launch of an improved smart visa for skilled overseas workers and looking for ways to attract more foreign business investment. It seems possible and even likely that they delay condominium ownership reforms for later and opt to work on these instead. That does it for our look at Thailand property investment in 2022. To stay up to date on all things Thailand real estate, be sure to visit thailandproperty.com. Until next time, I'm Property Group Editor-in-Chief Cheyenne Hollis.